Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Dan, and I just realized that I just filmed the first two Taroscopes in the wrong camera angle, like an idiot. But anyways, I'm new to this. It's YouTube, it's Taroscopes. We can live with it, right? My channel is Engelgeist. My name is Dan Geist. Thank you for tuning in. I'm doing my September 2019 Taroscopes for the sign of Gemini. All right, Geminis, the twins, the other duality, aside from Pisces. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this Taroscope for the month of September 2019. This is also for people with their sun, moon, rising, or possibly their Venus in Gemini, which would mean if like there's cards of love or anything heavy duty love influence shows up, then you guys would, if your Venus is in Gemini, then you would want to cross watch or cross dress, whatever, I don't judge, and figure out what the fuck is going on in your love life, basically. Okay, so let's get started with the Gemini September 2019 forecast. I'm happy now. I couldn't understand why I couldn't get everything in the picture before. I was shooting with the camera upright. I'm such a ding dong. I forgot that when I was doing last month's how the camera was positioned. So the first two have black borders on them for Aries and Taurus. They look stupid, but whatever. I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to move forward and go with it. Again, I did say like, share, comment, and subscribe, but please do so now, or else you're not going to get your Taroscope. I'm just going to stand here. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, so let's get started. Let me shuffle the cards. Okay, Spirit, give me the cards for Sun and Rising and Venus and Gemini, please, for September of 2019. So Geminis, your shuffle feels a bit clunky. It feels like almost clumsy in a way. Like, I'm not sure how best to describe it. It doesn't feel like there's resistance, but there might be mistakes that are made in the month of September. Not detrimental, like heavy duty mistakes, but it just sort of feels like a month that I don't feel like you'll struggle, but like the, it feels more, thank you, Spirit. It feels more, how do I want to describe it? Like frustrating, but like in a sort of trivial way. Does that make sense? Like, so the month of September, if there's mishaps or clunkiness, wonkiness, things don't quite work out the way that you would naturally like them to, don't like let it get you too down, is how I want to say that shuffle felt like. Just let it be sort of a mere annoyance and let it pass, and you'll be fine. If you get too caught up in it, then you like mentally, because you guys are an air sign, so you're mental. You rule the realm of mental thinking, that sort of thing. If you get too stuck or focused on the wonkiness, then you're just going to bring about more wonkiness. But it doesn't feel like it's detrimental in any way. Like, it's not very, like, it's not heavy resistance. It's more like goofy mishaps might happen in the month of September. So the first card is sort of the general overview of where you're going to be resonating at most of the month of September, the majority of you, sort of where sort of you might find yourself at. Okay, so the card that you guys have is the Hanged Man. Wow. So I'm going to say this right out of the gate. Heavy energy in the month of September for the Geminis. The Hanged Man is always about a big decision. This card to me always, I'm going to bring it up closer to the camera. This card always makes me think about sort of trying to pick between, maybe one or two different possible routes, maybe even more. We might have more possible routes. It feels like we've been on a long journey in this card, and it feels like we haven't quite reached our destination yet. And some of us, some of the Geminis watching, might be really feeling the length of that journey by now. You might be feeling a little bit beleaguered or a little bit tired. This card feels to me that there is still strength in this card, but it feels like you guys have been sort of working hard or plodding along, and you're getting there, but it doesn't feel like it's fast enough for you. Or like I said, you guys rule the mental realm, so your energy tends to be more like fast and quick. This feels like it's been a long time, and there may have been periods of quickness during that time, but you're sort of ready to like have that decision or have that thing be done and finished. And so to me, it feels like a decision needs to be made. Now, some of you also, this is a decision about a relationship or a situation in your life that you may need to let go of that is no longer serving you, that is causing you pain or sadness. There is a darkness to this card that I feel like some of you, when I look at these hands holding this like sort of face, some of you are holding space for something that is no longer working or is needing to be let go so that it can learn on its own, if that makes sense. If you have a loved one, and this isn't for all of the Geminis, okay, let me go back. All of the Geminis, the overall of this card is that there's a huge decision to be made in the month of September, period. Hands down. You guys need to pick a path and either stay with the path that you've been on for the last while, or pick that new route, or make a choice and go with it. Stop feeling stuck, right? But there's those of you that are specifically stuck. I know that there's like two groups of Geminis that are going to be watching this video, is what I'm feeling. Some of you are about just picking a path and moving forward and unsticking yourself within your own life. Some of you are about holding on to something or some situation that no longer works for you and letting it go. That is the choice that needs to be made, and letting it like sort of, I almost feel like this card is about allowing it to go its own way so it learns its own lessons, be it a workplace scenario, be it a loved one, be it something that is just no longer, it's just bringing us grief and pain, okay? But that grief and pain we're not going to have room for it beyond in the months coming, and that's why September is the sort of the month where we're really going to be not forced, but we're really going to be focused on seeing how it's not working for us, okay? And for those of you that are not necessarily having to let something go, those of you that are just working towards something or making a decision about which path to take, you will be making that decision, and it will be important because it's going to lead you where you need to go. That was deep, wasn't it? Anyways, so that's the overall where you're going to be at, or what is going to be the theme for the month of September for you guys, is sort of like, okay, which do I choose? Or do I choose to let them go? Can I choose to let them go? Can I choose to let this go? Can I make something better? That's sort of this. There's a little bit of fretting energy here, but it's not anything insurmountable. Now, the next card is sort of the card that I feel like I call it the foundation card. It's sort of the card from the past that kind of opened the door for this card and all of the other cards to come into play for the month of September. So this card is the 10 of Crystals, which is delusion. And that's interesting to me because you guys are a mental, your sign is under the realm of air, which is associated with the mental plane, and this card is the mind. This is the 10 of Crystals, which is delusion. To me, this says that there's those of you that have been caught up in the past in some stuff where you have been telling yourself that this could work, or this person could be different, or maybe this situation will change, and you've been sort of maybe allowing yourself to sort of look at like some sort of ideal possibility coming out, which would be this star here that's far off in the distance, but you have to go through this friggin' desert to get there, right? And to me, I don't think that the desert, that's this long journey that I feel like that's in this Hangman card. Some of us are having to come to the reality in the month, some of the Geminis are having to come into the reality in the month of September that, is this really serving me? Is this really working? Do I need to let it go? That's this delusional thinking, or this idea of sort of like staying, how do I want to put it? Like almost not seeing everything clearly as it is, right? Staying maybe focused more on what's not working, staying focused on sort of how long the journey's been or how arduous the journey's been. This big red crystal here pulls my mind to a place of maybe resentment, aggravation, being fixated on those sort of things. Maybe these situations that you need to let go of in this Hangman card have brought you that aggravation or that resentment. But whatever it is, it's like we've been sort of deluding ourselves in thinking that we can get there by not making that choice. We have to make that choice in the month of September. That's what this Hangman is telling us. Now, the next card is our higher self, our soul card, what our soul is working on in all of this. This is the art card. This card, this card is also Major Arcana, which has a fair amount of energy to it. It's kind of one of the more vague cards to me in the deck, but as far as it has a more wide open meaning. The art card and the time and space card to me in the Major Arcana kind of envelop very vast meaning. Art to me is sort of about the spirit wants the Geminis that are watching this to sort of create what it is that they need in their life, to find what it is that turns them on, to transform their space, to transform their life. And it's funny, I look at the redness in this delusion card and sort of the frustration or the decision that needs to be made in this Hangman card, and then I see this sort of red pool that's walled around and sort of contained. To me, it feels like Spirit is saying that maybe, possibly, emotionally, there's some things that we need to sort of come to terms with so that we can allow ourselves to be free enough to find our shine, find our creative selves again, to allow ourselves to free ourselves from whatever deluded thinking we maybe have had, or free ourselves from whatever situations that are holding us back or not serving us anymore, and allow ourselves to come forth in transformation and kind of free ourselves from those things. And this is what this art card represents when I'm looking at it in position with these two cards here. It's about finding that transformative understanding and experience on a higher spiritual level to make the changes and the choices that we need to make in the month of September so that we can have and create the life that we want. And it will be artful, it will be creative, it will be transformative, it will be beautiful. It will have the broad like the whole gamut of emotions, right? We have this water running like tears, we have this fiery water here like anger. We still have access to our emotions, but we get to sort of, I feel like this art card to me feels like it's more in control. It's more, it chooses, we get to choose when and how we experience these emotions. They don't rule us, we rule them. Right? And that's what I feel like the Spirit is trying to teach us in the month of September, or wants us to come in connection with. It also is, an important lesson, it being a Major Arcana card, and this Hanged Man being a Major Arcana card. It says to me that it's a very important lesson, or a very important point that needs to be learned so that we can start to create what it is that we want in our space and in our life in the month of September. Now, the next two cards are sort of the outside influences. These represent as events, sometimes people, sometimes belief systems or energies that are having an effect on what's going on with us in the month of September that we should be made aware of. So one is the Four of Wands, which is aspiration. Interesting. The Geminis are working hard. Why are you working so hard? So I look at this and I feel like this is this belief system. I feel like this is sort of an idea or an energy that says that you have to struggle or aspire and work really hard to get where it is that you want. And it sort of feels like this card has a little bit of a struggle to it. Um, I didn't necessarily feel resistance in your guys' shuffle, but when I look at this, I feel like this aspiration is definitely attributed and tied to this delusion of the past. That there is this possibility that what it is you are creating in your life or how it is you are going about creating, are you struggling too hard? Are you making it harder than it needs to be? Are you having a tough time allowing yourself the freedom to sort of let go of and make the decisions to just relax and create and know that everything will be okay? This aspiration card, it does say you have strength. I do love that there's strength here, but I also feel like it feels like you're utilizing your strength in a way where it's almost a struggle. And that's this long road that I was feeling in here, where some of you sort of feel maybe tired or like you're petering out a little bit and need to make this decision in the month of September, is because you're struggling so hard to, or you're under this belief system that you need to struggle so hard and work so hard to make something happen, when in all actuality, your spirit's telling you that you can be free and make art with it. Like almost, it's like creating art, and it don't don't dwell in the delusion, the resentment, the aggravation, the like, don't set the goal so far away that you can't actually attain it, right? Now, this next outside influence is the Ten of Wands, which is growth. Interesting that both of your outside influences are in the spiritual suit of Wands. I like that you have the strength and aspiration, but you also have a ton of strength in this Ten of Wands, which is growth. And to me, sorry, I just knocked something over. To me, this card is all about finding that strength, but finding it from a place less of struggle, and finding it from a place of awareness. When I look at this card, I want to tell the Geminis that are watching to reflect back on all of your sort of life lessons and really look at them for what they are. Own them and really understand that you are protected. You do have a beauty and a grace about you and a strength about you that if you access it and you bring it forth, you will allow yourself new beginnings and growth that you weren't maybe aware of, that you don't necessarily see when you're in this aspiration energy. The aspiration energy is great, right? It's strong and it's aspiring to something better, but there is this sort of struggle, this desire to reach and fight for it, where here you can just sort of easily grow into it, right? So to me, it says, like, if we make the decision to let go of something or we make the decision to choose a path, then we have to sort of honor that choice and then allow ourselves the trust and the faith in ourselves to sort of just have that, know that we have the spiritual strength and the support of the universe around us to grow into that and to move forward in that. And it's very strong, and it's almost, to me, this is funny, I'm getting this vibe that it's a very quiet energy. Like, it's a very strong, quiet, meditative energy that you want to access during the month of September, that's going to allow you to be strong and struggle just a little bit less. The aspiration energy will get you there, but it's going to require more of a fight on your part, and I don't think you want to fight. I think you've been fighting far too long with this Hangman card and this Delusion card. Like, stop that fighting and get to creating, get to growing and creation. Stay focused on growth and creation versus like the struggle, the effort, the oh my god, I'm this far away from my goal, how am I going to get there, that sort of a thing. Now, the overall outcome card is sort of where the general outcome of the month of September is going to end up for most of you. This is not set in stone. This is just sort of where things are naturally going to flow with the energy as it stands right now. We do have free will and we have choice in the matter, so we can choose to make choices and changes in our lives to affect this outcome. But as it stands right now, this is the outcome for the month of September for most of the Geminis. And this is the Three of Cups, which is love. I love this card as an outcome. It feels to me like it says that a decision will get made. You will get unstuck. If you are feeling stuck right now or feeling like you're not sure which path to choose, you are going to choose that path. You will choose growth. You will start to create art, and you will get to this place of love where there will be abundance and joy by the month's end, where you will get to enjoy with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and give them this gift. There is this gift that's in all of these cards, all the way across. Even this hand here is holding out a gift, like in that, holding space for someone or something. There's a gift here in this light. There's a gift here in the creation of the art. And again, we have hands holding out. We have hands reaching out here. There's the Statue of Liberty in her light. Even though this is a struggle, or sometimes we get caught up in the belief that we need to struggle for whatever it is that we have, if we choose that route, we will get there. It just requires more energy and more strength from us. But if we grow into it, again, another hand, whatever it is we're working on, Geminis, we're about to give it forth. And by the end of the month, once we've made that decision very clearly and we've unstuck ourselves and picked a path, we will, or let go of whatever's no longer serving us, we will be in this place by month's end of this Three of Cups, which is the love card. It's going to give us the opportunity to not only know that we are protected and that we're beautiful and abundant and able to share that abundance with others, but we're also going to allow others to appreciate us as we appreciate them. And it's all around a really loving, wonderful, celebratory energy that will happen for you by the month's end. It's just really about like getting, how do I want to say this? I don't feel that you guys are stuck per se, but it's about really making that decision of how you choose and what you choose. And in regards to these two outside influences, both of them are spiritual support. Both of them are ways of going about it, but it's two different sort of energies. One is more passive and more accepting and more just understanding that it's going to move forward and allowing that to happen. This growth card feels to me it's more about coming at everything from a place of allowance and letting that energy in. This is more about forcing it, fighting it. And this might be the clunkiness, the sort of that I was feeling, the wonkiness, where the clumsy mistakes get made, because sometimes we find ourselves allowing in the month of September, and then other times we find ourselves sort of aspiring or trying too hard, working too hard towards something, because we have this delusion card back here, these fears or these resentments or aggravations that might be driving us saying, oh no, my goal is further away, I need to work harder. No, actually you don't. You need to just enjoy, let your spirit lead you, and create the beautiful art that you're here to create on whatever level, be it professional, relationship, financial. Just create, and be in this place of growth. And you're gonna find yourself by month's end in this place of celebratory love, giving gifts of yourself to your loved ones, and them giving gifts back to you of appreciation and seeing you for the beauty and the hard work that you've put in. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for the month of September. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let me know. Check back in for the mid-month, and you can check out my pick-a-cards and other videos on the channel. Again, thank you for tuning in. This is Engelgeist, and I'm going to sign off. Have a great day. Bye.